Alright, 255-101, scope of the section 255-103 to 125 of the part minute prescribes the minimum requirements for the design pipe. General. Pipe design. 255-103 general. The pipe must be designed with sufficient wall thickness that must be installed with adequate protection withstanding the anticipated external pressure loads will be imposed on the pipe after installation. Our design formula: steel pipe with the design pressure for the steel pipe with the defined line in accordance with the following provision. Design pressure in pounds per square inch gauge is equal to 2 times the yielded strength of the pounds per square inch in accordance with the 255-107 times the normal wall thickness of the pipe in inches. That is now determined according with the section 255-109 part. Additional wall thickness required with the concurrence external loads in accordance with the 255-103, but must be included with the computing design force times the design factor in accordance with the 255-111 in this part times the longitudinal joint factor determined according with the 255-11 and the 13 of this part. And then temperature derating factor determined according with the section 255-115 of this part. B of steel pipe has been subject to cold expansion system yielded strength subsequent heat other than welded stress relieving the pipe with the welding design pressure. Limited 75% of the pressure determined on a subdivision A. The section the temperature of pipe exceeds 900 degrees Fahrenheit at any time in the cell that's above 600 degrees Fahrenheit for more than 1 hour. Alright, 255-107, the yielded strength of the steel pipe with the pipe with the manufacturer according with the specification, section 1, appendix 14B with the yielded strength has been with the design formula 285-105 with the part of the system yielded strength listed specification value shown with the pipe manufacturer according to the specification not listed within section 1, appendix 14B with the title was the specification of the tensile property for the unknown with the yield strength may be even the design formula 255-105 with the part following the pipe with the tensile testing according to section 2, the E with appendix 14B with the lower than 80% of the average yielded strength with the determined tensile test. Lowest yielded strength determined by the tensile test for the pipe that does not tensile of the test is provided in paragraph 1 subdivision 24,000 psi. Nominal wall thickness of the steel pipe. If the nominal wall thickness of the steel pipe is not known, determine the measure of the thickness of each of the pipe with the quarter points of the one end. If the pipe with an uniform grade with the size of the thickness, they are more than 10 lengths, with only 10% of the individual lengths, but not less than 10 lengths, with them needed to be measured. For the thickness of the length, with not measured, with the verified with the pipe with the gauge set with the minimum thickness found by measurement. Nominal wall thickness with the design formula with 255-105 with the pipe with the non wall thickness found with the commercial classification below with the average measurement. With the nominal wall thickness that may be more than 4.14 times the smallest measurement taken on the pipe less than 20 inches outside diameter, no more than 1.11 times the smallest measurement taken out of the pipe at 20 inches or more on the outside diameter. Her design factor for steel pipe, except for otherwise specified in subdivision B, C, of the E, with the design factor, E, with the design formula, section 255-105, with this product determined according to the following factor: Class 1, 0.7, 2, Class 2, 6, 0.6, Class 3, 0.5, and Class 4, 0.4. The design factor 0.6 less must be in the design formula, section 255-105, with the part of the steel pipe, Class 1 section crosses without casing the right-of-way with the unimproved public road, with crossing without casing the banks or parallel and encroachment right-of-way with either a hard surface of the road, highway, or public street with a railroad supported with a vertical pedestrian railroad pipeline bridge. If used fabricated only, will include the separated with the mainline valve assembly cross connection with the river crossing head, or as if you with a 5 pipe diameter direction with the last 5 time fitting of assembly with the other transition pipe with the elbow using pipe bend with the knot associated with the fabricated assembly. See the Class 2 location design factor 0.5 less must be the design formula section 255-105 of the part for the steel pipe the control of the right of way with a hard surface road, highway, public street with railroad for Class 1, Class 2 location design factor 0.5 less might be the design formula section 255-105 of the part. Steel pipe compressor station, regulation station measuring system station, steel pipe including pipe riser or platform located offshore inland and navigable waters. Alright, longitudinal joint factors. The longitudinal joint factor design formula 255-105 of the part determined in accordance with an issue of the list of ACCM specification pipeline class longitudinal joint factor. If the type of longitudinal joint factor cannot be determined, the joint factor must be exceeded designated for the other. I don't feel like reading all that. Or 215, 115, temperature rating, fuel factor. The temperature rating factor design formula with its fouls. Gas temperature degrees in Fahrenheit. Temperature 250 or less 1.0. 300 0.96. 350 0.933. 400 0.9. 450 0.86. Immediate gas temperature D rating factor is determined in interpolation. And that's 115. Design plastic pipe. Design plastic pipe. Design formula of plastic pipe determined according to the following formulas. P. Design pressure of the gauge is equal to 2 times the thermostatic pipe with the hydrostatic determined according to the list of specification temperature of the 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Or 140 degrees Fahrenheit, absent of the hydrostatic design base established specified hydrodynamic base. Basis high temperature may be used to determine the design pressure rating specified with the arithmetic interpolation part D2 with the PPI TR3 2012 for reinforced thermostatic pipes of 11,000 psi, and then the temp small witness the inches, small outside diameter. SDR is standard dimension ratio, average specified outside diameter, minimum specified wall thickness corresponding value of the common number system that is American National Standard Institute for number 10 series design factor, maximum 0.32 unless otherwise specified particular material and section. General requirement of plastic pipe with requirements except for the defined subsection C through F with the design pressure for the plastic pipe may not exceed the gauge pressure for the 100 psi gauge of the pipe. U the distribution system transmission line. Class 3 and 4 location plastic pipe may not be the operating temperatures of the pipe below 20 degrees Fahrenheit or below 40 degrees Fahrenheit of the pipe of the pipeline components of the operating temperature below the 20 degrees Fahrenheit of the temperature rating of the manufacturer consistent. The operating temperature above the temperature of the HGB, the design formula under this section is determined. Let's specify the particular intersection thickness of the plastic pipe that may not be less than 0.6 inches. And all plastic pipe may have the HGB with the according to the PPI TR4 2012. Polyethanol pipe requirements. Polyethanol pipe produced after July 14, 2004, but before January 22, 2019. Design pressure of the 125 psi gauge provided with the material design code PE 2406 and PE 3408. Pipeline nominal size of the iron pipe size 12 inches or less. Wall thickness not less than 0.062 inches. Polyethanol pipe produced after January 22nd, 2009 may be used the design formula provided with the design proceed with the seeds 125 degrees from PSI gauge material design code. Pipe with nominal walls 12 inches or less. Wall thickness given outside diameter not less than the following table. Alright, polyamide pipe requirements. Polyamide pipe produces January 23rd, 2009, before January 22nd, 2009, with a DEF with a 0.4, maybe the design formula provided with the design procedure with the Dynasty 200 psi gauge material designation code PA 32312, PA 32316. Pipe has nominal size of 4 inches or less. The pipe has a standard dimension ratio with the SDR at 11 or less, thicker wall pipe. The PA polyamide pipe produces after January 22nd, 2019 of the design factor 0.4, maybe even the design formula. Line pressure does not exceed 250 psi gauge material design code PA 32316. Pipe has nominal size of 6 inches or less. Minimum wall thickness given outside diameter not less than the following table. Polyamide pipe requires the PEP 12 produced in January 22nd, 2019. The design factor 0.4. The design formula. Design procedure not exceeding 250 psi gauge. Material designation PA 42316. Pipe has a nominal size of 6 inches or less. Minimum wall thickness given outside diameter not less than listed in the following table. Reinforced thermostatic piping, plastic pipe. Reinforced thermostatic pipe may be the operating temperatures above 150 degrees Fahrenheit. Wall thickness and reinforced thermostatic plastic pipe may not be less than listed following table. Alright, that was design plastic pipe. And design a copper pipe. Alright, 255, 125, design copper pipe. Copper pipe, the mains must have the minimum wall thickness of 0.065 inches, must be hard drawn. Copper pipe means surface lines must be minimum wall thickness specified with the type L pipe, ASTM B88. Copper pipe used in mains and surface lines may be used with the pressure exceeding 100 psi gauge. Copper pipe does not have the internal corrosion resistant list lining, may not be used to carry gas or average hydrogen sulfide content more than 0.3 grains per 100 standard cubic feet of gas, standard conditions of 60 degrees Fahrenheit, and 14.7 psi of gas.